Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? This is Brendan Hudson from Florida Stuffed. Hope everyone's having a good day. Today is January 30th of 2018. Real quick, I'm doing some videos this week recapping some of the restaurants and some of the highlights that we experienced in January to start off the new year. Today, I'm talking real quick about a couple of Philly cheesesteak restaurants I visited at the beginning of the year to kick off the new year. It was actually a pretty good experience at both. I was really happy with both places. We had Daniel's Cheesesteak House in Winter Garden, Florida, and we also had Philly Steak and Sub, which is also a restaurant down in St. Cloud, Florida on US 192, if you're familiar with the area or live in the area. Both were actually pretty good. I was very happy with the customer service. Both have very reasonable prices. I think Daniel's Cheesesteak House actually had a little bit of an edge over Philly Steak and Sub because I felt like I was able to stretch out my dollar a little bit more, especially with the side items and the flexibility. But both restaurants were run by very nice staff, very friendly people. I do recommend both just as good. And people have been asking me which one I thought was better. I can't really say per se, but I think that both had a very unique and distinct personality. Both had very unique styles of making Philly cheesesteaks. I was actually pretty happy with both, and more so at Daniel's Cheesesteak House because one thing I had noticed was that the meat was seasoned a little bit differently. It wasn't just like a clob of meat that was piled on a sandwich. It was like it was seasoned and cooked and, a little differently, which that was a very different take on it. Very happy with that. Both places are family friendly. Both places I would recommend, for a quick lunch, takeout, and definitely don't dismiss either place. The Daniel's Cheesesteak House is inside of a convenience store. Don't dismiss it just because of that. Don't drive by it. Even my company that I was with, she's joined me on a couple of visits and has questioned the legitimacy of some of the restaurants from the outside, and never judge a book by its cover when it comes to restaurants. In fact, those are some of the best restaurants that we have, were those unimposing places that didn't look real from the outside. But I was very happy, and I would go back to both in a heartbeat. St. Cloud has definitely a lot to offer. It's becoming a little bit of a hot spot for Florida stuff, as well as Kissimmee. I was down there earlier this week, and I'm going to make a video about that here this week. But both were really good. The food portion at both were really good. And one thing that I really noticed between them both as far as contrast and comparison here is that the service was really good, but it was more personalized at the place in St. Cloud versus Winter Garden because they, brought your food out to you versus Daniel's Cheesecake where, you had to go up and get the food, which was fine in either case. I didn't care about that. Both restaurants were very clean, very tidy. I noticed Daniel's Cheesesteak was going through a little renovation at the time when I was there. I'm hoping that they get that completed. It seemed like a real nice place, but you can also get, everything else you need inside of a convenience store at the same time, which is pretty cool. You could either get, your alcohol products like beer. You could also get candy. They have Krispy Kreme donuts that were vended to them, which was pretty cool. You also had your typical, teas, waters, what have you, sodas that you can buy on the side. So all of it was actually really good. I actually made contact with the managers at Daniel's Cheesesteak, which I'm hoping to contact them really soon, and the owner, which I'm really looking forward to reaching out to them. Both were small restaurants. Both were what Florida Stuff pretty much stands for and likes to review. So hopefully, maybe I can get them on camera for an interview here really soon. I know I've been trying to get back on track with that. My schedule's become really erratic pretty much over the last several weeks, so it's been hard for me to catch up with people and get them on. But definitely had a good time at both. And like I said, what possessed me to do two Philly cheesesteak places in one day was just, hey, I just want to have some fun. I'm off for the day. Let's check out some places. And, I know there's some people out there that try to be hardcore Philly, I'm from Philly type people, and they hadn't lived in Philly in 25 or 30 years, but they always say, oh, this isn't real Philly cheesesteak. Just have fun and just enjoy the restaurant, that's one thing, I always try to keep an open mind. Yeah, I'm sure there's some distant memory that people have of where they're from and been there forever. But, it's always, about, just having fun and having a good bite to eat. Talk to the restaurant managers, talk to the owners, let them know that you're there. And these people have stayed true to the formula in some way with, their own little take on things. And that's one thing I was really happy about was the different takes, different personalities. Yeah, both say, they're devoted to Philly cheesesteak, but I got something different out of both. And that's one thing I look for versus everything plateauing and being on a single formula. So definitely had a good time. Essentially, I do recommend both places. Both places were really good as far as keeping people happy, making sure that we were taken care of. So I would say check them out. And as always, before I wrap up, feel free to check out all now 111 reviews on Florida Stuffed at floridastuffed.wordpress.com. Be sure to subscribe here on YouTube. Check out my latest insights and takes on the restaurants as I go along. And also feel free to follow Florida Stuffed on other outlets such as Google Maps, Yelp, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and also Facebook, of course. So I hope you guys take care. And if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to post them here on YouTube. And as well, if you have anything actually extra to say, or if you want to compare notes, feel free to use the new discussion board. You can go to floridastuff.wordpress.com, click on discussions, and just sign up for the message board. That's what it's there for. So hope you guys take care. And as always, enjoy yourselves. See you next time.